This is the third floor at 2850 Lake Vista. We're doing a furniture haul off. I'm gonna make my way around. There's over 100 cubicles in here, so bear with me. You have a table, 7 filing cabinets, and 2 more tables, so 3 tables in total in here. These cubicles, they come in sets. So there's 3 here, 3 here, and 2 more. So there's 8 in total. Each one of them has chairs. And then these ones have 2 chairs and a table. So we have, I'm going to call them a cluster. We have a cluster of 8 here. And then we have 3 here. I'm going to walk in these offices. We have a chair, 2 tables, and 2 marker boards. I highlighted on the plan in purple for these XL desks. Not all of them look alike, but it was getting cramped. So we have a chair, a filing cabinet, and 2 marker boards. Alright, we have a table and a chair. We have another set of 8. We have a marker board back there. And then this is a row of 4. And then we have a set of 4 here, 2 more here. And then I'll wrap back around, so anything past this point I'll come back to. In this closet, we have 5 filing cabinets, and then we have 2 chairs, 2 tables, 2 chairs, 2 tables, 2 chairs, 2 tables. I feel like this is the most efficient way to do this video. Could be wrong, but it makes sense in my head. Here we have 8 filing cabinets. Got a marker board here. Right, we have a row of 4. We have a cluster of 8. We have 3 lining the back wall. Here's a conference room. So we have a large conference table, 8 chairs, and 5 marker boards in here. But yes, like I said, we have 3 cubicles going on the back, and then this is the cluster of 8. And this is the same entrance back into that conference room. We have a row of 4 here. We have a table. And then I called this a small filing cabinet. So got a table, 2 tables, a chair, and 3 marker boards in here. We have a row of 4 cubicles in the back, and then we have another cluster of 8 here. In here, we have this shelving system. Got some chairs. I did count up all the stackable chairs. Here's this break room. There's nothing in here to see though, really. Got the couches and everything. I believe it's 45 or 47 stackable chairs. And then again over here, we have more chairs. Alright, so the way that all of these go is it's a row of 3, a cluster of 8, a row of 3, a cluster of 8, then we have more lining over here. So we have a row of 3, a cluster of 8. There's Nothing in this little closet here. This is that same room. 2 filing cabinets. We have a row of 3, a row of 3 here, a cluster of 8, and then a marker board sitting in the middle of that as well. We have 2 marker boards, 2 tables, and 2 chairs in here. This is that same cluster of 8. We have a row of 3 here. We have another conference table. We got 8 chairs, and then we have 6 marker boards in here. I'm gonna pop in here. This is a row of 6. And then we have another cluster of 8 here. We have a podium, and we have 12 power desks in here. Quite a few marker boards. I don't want to get too deep into it because you'll see all my notes. But again, that's that other cluster of 8 and the cluster of 6. Like I said, that's going back there. Okay, and then this is another one where I highlighted it purple. So we got a table, an Excel desk, we got 4 chairs, and then 2 marker boards. Row of 3, or the cluster of 8, sorry. The row of 3 is down here. This is the entrance back into that same room. Here's another cluster of 8. We have 2 here. And this is back into that same room as well. Row of 3. Marker board, another cluster of 8. And here is the IDF room. We have 1 chair, 2 filing cabinets, and we have 11 IDF racks. We have 6 filing cabinets in here. Again, this is what I would consider 2. And then that same cluster of 8. A row of 3. I'm going to jump in here and then we'll go in that back room. So another Excel desk, 3 chairs, 2 marker boards. 2 tables, 3 chairs, 2 marker boards. And we'll go back in here. Desks in here. Multiple chairs, multiple marker boards, another podium. And then this is also another cluster of 8. We have a row of 3. Then there's 3 on this wall here. Not much to see in here. Another extra long conference table. There's 8 chairs and then 5 marker boards. Another row of 3. Another cluster of 8 over here. We have a row of 3 and then our final cluster of 8, at least for this side. Here we have a small filing cabinet, a table, and 5 regular filing cabinets. A marker board over here. Nothing in this closet. In here we have 4 marker boards and a filing cabinet. Okay. So here is the big room with the folding partition. There's quite a few. There's a lot of stuff going on in here, really. There's a different size podium. The other one is completely, it's like a huge, heavy piece of furniture. Then this side looks almost identical. Like I said, I made guess I should show you under one of these desks. There's a bunch of wires. That's why this side panel looks so thick. This lifts up like that one back there. Okay. So we have a row of 3 here, a cluster of 8, and that is one of the really big ones. Got another conference table, 3, whiteboards, 7 chairs, and that little piece of furniture back there. Like I said, that's a cluster of 8. Back there is a row of 3. This is a row of 4. And then in here, we have another one of those big desks. So, 3 chairs, 2 whiteboards. Like I said, that row of 4. This is back in that same room. And then we have a cluster of 8. 2 back there. We have some 3 back there, sorry. And a set of 2 filing cabinets over here. In here, another conference room, looks the same as all the others. And then we have a row of 4 here, back in that same conference room. I believe there's 5 marker boards here, a cluster of 8, a row of 3, a cluster of 8, a row of 3, one of those smaller ones. Here, there's another one of those desks. And then 2 tables and a chair. So a cluster of 4 and a big one. And now we are back around at where we started. And then in here, we have 5. And that's it.